Hi there. Today I'm looking at a wine that's an incredibly popular rosé wine from southern France. So this is Chateau d'Esclandes Whispering Angel. It's a Cotes de Provence rosé, and this is the 2021 vintage of this. D'Esclandes is based in Provence, obviously, about 20 kilometres north of Saint-Tropez in the hills. And the site of the chateau, actually the estate, dates back to the 12th century. And many of the vineyards they have are quite old. They have quite a bit of, up in the hills, quite a bit of old, sort of 90, 100-year-old Grenache vines. The entire estate is I think 267 hectares, with about 44 of those actually planted to vines. And it was bought in 2006 by somebody called Sacha Lechine, and Sacha's family had been winemaking in Bordeaux. His father was somebody called Alexis Lechine, and he grew up in the family's chateau, Chateau Lechine, a class growth in Margaux. He was educated in America, and as I say, in 2006 he bought Chateau d'Esclandes, and he clearly had some real ambitions to make great rosé here, because as a wine consultant he employed somebody called Patrick Lyon, and Patrick had at one stage worked at Lechine, but went on to be the winemaker for many years at Mouton Rothschild, and he'd retired from Mouton Rothschild in 2003, so Sacha persuaded him to come and work at Chateau d'Esclandes in 2006. The other consultant that the estate has used is Michel Rolland. So some really high quality winemakers coming in here, and the ethos is to use top quality fruit. So these old Grenache vines giving a lovely concentration there, and the wine is a blend of Grenache and a variety referred to in this area as Rolle, which is the Italians would call Vermentino, or a white grape variety, and then Cinsaut. I've seen notes that also suggest the Syrah and an obscure local variety called Tiburon going into this, but I think that's actually just a reference to the grape varieties that you can put into a Cotes de Provence rosé. I don't think they actually use that for Whispering Angel, but I could be wrong there. The fruit is, there's a combination for Whispering Angel at any rate of hand-picked and machine-picked fruit. So the machine picking goes on at night when it's very cool. The hand-picking goes on in the morning so that you're not getting the heat of the afternoon sun. So all to try and preserve the freshness of the fruit, and it's hand-picked into what they call cagettes, shallow trays. There are some differences in the way that different plots of vines are treated, because there's their top wine, Garrus, is an oak-fermented, oak-aged wine that's produced in very small quantities. Whispering Angel is produced in much larger quantities, and it is entirely stainless steel fermented, evidently. The fruit is quite rigorously selected. It goes through a process of hand sorting when it arrives at the winery, and then the fruit is destemmed and goes through optical sorters, and any substandard fruit in terms of size, colour, or any other optically identifiable problems can be removed from that. There's a very gentle crushing just to break the skins and allow juice to start flowing, and the fruit is cooled down quite rapidly to about 7 or 8 degrees C. It's been coming possibly at up to 29 degrees, and so that's allowed to sit and take some colour and aroma and flavour out of the skins like that. When pressing goes on, it's done incredibly gently in a pneumatic press, but also the press is filled with an inert gas, nitrogen, to stop there being excessive oxidation during the process of winemaking there. The fermentation for Whispering Angel, as I say, goes on in stainless steel tanks. The wine stays in the tanks and has a regular stirring of the yeast lees in there, just to sort of round it out and give it some more richness. So that's Whispering Angel. Let's have a look at it and see what we make of it. So the first thing to say, colour. I mean, that's classically salmon pink. It's almost orange. There's not a huge depth of colour. There's a lovely vibrancy to the colour. It doesn't particularly throw tears onto the glass. It's 13% alcohol. It's not particularly sweet. I wouldn't expect it to particularly do that. So let's have a look at the aromas first, shall we? Yes, there's a lovely fresh fruit there, but then there's a slightly confected estery sort of note, almost a touch of banana notes there. But what that's overlying are some nice delicate red fruits and some stone fruit notes as well. So you've got sort of lifted wild strawberries, that very perfumed sort of strawberry note, delicately there. But then you've also got sort of notes of peach. I would almost say pear as well. So I'm thinking of sort of pear skin there, something to do with the note of that, all in these aromas. So let's have a taste. The wine's dry, and to the fore there's that sort of slightly pear skin note. There's a lovely peachiness, there's a roundness and a richness, almost a slightly oily texture. Makes me think, actually, I'm talking about ripe peaches, almost into sort of something a little bit more concentrated, apricot-y sort of notes. At the same time, there's a little bit of grip. There's a slight weight and phenolics there. Acidity is relatively fresh, but it's not sharp. There's a warmth and a roundness coming from the alcohol on the mid-palate. It's giving the wine a medium weight. It's giving it quite a sort of a persistent, those sort of apricot through to red fruit, soft red fruit, that sort of strawberry, maybe delicate raspberry notes towards the end, and lingering quite nicely. To my mind, this is a really pleasant medium to full-bodied wine that I would tend to drink like a white wine more than anything else. It would pair with sort of richer lunchtime foods, that sort of thing, river fish, white meats, salads, etc. Quite a broad range of flavours. Would go beautifully with quite a few cheeses as well, I should think, and a sort of a cold lunch. And the flavours have that persistence. There's a weight and a gravitas to the wine that actually, give it nice length, give it a nice quality aspect. So yes, that was 2021 Whispering Angel from Provence. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you find the tasting interesting. I hope you'll go on and follow us on YouTube, and I hope you'll like and share the video. Please do feel free to leave some comments, and we'd love to hear what you have to say. But most importantly, try and make sure that you join us again soon, won't you? Bye now.